Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great Musa to rule well and lead the flock by example. And Shalom to the Lord's elect. All right, starting with 144,000. And just a quick article, right? This is from The Guardian. It says the UK stole 25 million years of life and labor through slavery in Barbados. It says experts put estimate for economic harm done by 200 years of chattel slavery at $2 trillion, but stress this is not an invoice. It's interesting because, and this is just Barbados. This is just one island in the Caribbean, okay? And it's probably way more. The economic damage, if you will, is way more than what they're telling you here. And what it got me thinking is, we know we know how much these elites profited off our slavery, okay? But it got me thinking of the flip side, right? And I'm gonna get the scripture. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." And the saints are the Israelites. That's in Psalms 50 and 5. And it's also in Psalms, 148? Let me see if I can get it quickly, right, just to prove that. Psalms 148, verse 14. "He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel." That's the saints. That's who it's talking about. Just to back that up, let's go to Psalms 50, right, and 5. It says, "Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." And the only ones that made a covenant with the Lord by sacrifice was the Israelites. Okay, that's the saints, right? So we're the ones that are the saints, right? And it said what? The patience of the saints. Why? Because we're the ones that have been killed with a sword. We're the ones that have gone into captivity, all right? And these heathen nations, starting with Esau, they're gonna have to pay for that. Okay, that's the backlash for that. Now, let's go from there to, in fact, while I'm in Revelation, let me quickly go to Revelation 2, verse 26. "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." So the Lord's going to set us up on high power, okay? And we're going to be ruling over these nations, okay? "And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father." They're going to go into hardcore slavery, okay? And we're going to be beating the shit out of them, okay? We're going to be really putting it on these heathen, man, okay? For all the wickedness that they've done to us, for everything they've done to us, all right? And you know what? Through their labor, okay? Because they're going to be the one, we ain't going to be building up the kingdom, okay? We're going to tell them what to do. But we ain't gonna be lifting a finger, because we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests. Okay? The king don't lift a finger. We're gonna tell them what to do, and they're gonna go out and do it. Okay? If they need to mine the gold, they're gonna do that. They need to mine the silver. If they need to bring the riches, they're gonna do that. All right? And that's in Isaiah the 60th chapter. Right? All that gain is gonna come to us, and that's why the Lord said it's a small thing for the Lord to make a poor man rich. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. It says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee." That's right, they're going to be our servants. "For in my wrath I smote thee." All right, we went into slavery, right? "But in my favor have I had mercy on thee." And how has the Lord shown that mercy? For bringing us back into this word. Okay, and that's going to lead on to what? Salvation, right? For the elect. Mercy unto the Lord's elect, man. Okay, and ultimately unto all Israel through the Lord's elect. "Therefore," okay, because why? Israel are going to come back in the reincarnation, okay? They're going to come back and they're going to be good in the kingdom, all right? They're not going into slavery, all right? This is the last captivity that we're going to see. It says, "Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted." All right? So hey man, the forces of the Gentiles, man, we're gonna be getting all the goods, okay, and we're gonna be rich beyond imagination. It's gonna be we're never gonna have to think about that, okay. You got the elites on this side, right? Okay, they got their bucks, and they don't have to think about money. Okay, they control the money system here anyway, but they have all the resources. Okay, but all that's gonna become ours, man. All right, all that's gonna become ours, and on top of that, hey, there's other planets. There's a lot more going on here, man. You had one movie. You had a movie Dune. Okay, it was based on a book, and I think they had one planet where the whole planet was basically getting mined for this certain spice. Like, you know, hey, the pleasure's forevermore, man, in the Lord's hand. There's a lot rich beyond our wildest imaginations. We're gonna be good, man. All right. In the time when Solomon was ruling, he said that like silver was as a stone. Okay. Every Israelite is gonna be, all right, on a high, rich level. Every Israelite. Okay. And we be the hopeful elect, the forefathers, okay, are going to get the best of everything, okay. As a nation, we're going to be getting the goods, and we're going to be living good, man, and like I said, this is our last captivity, so hey, the curses are going to be lifted off of us, and they're going to be put on our enemies. All those curses, regarding slavery, that's going to go on our enemies, right? This is Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." All right. So these heathen nations, they're going to be the ones that are in captivity. They're the ones that are going to have to serve the punishment, man. All right. And the beauty of it is that it's everlasting. Okay. That power is never going to wane. That power is never going to go. And after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, these different nations, they're still going to be under us, but they're going to be tributary. So they're still going to be having to pay us tithes and different things. Okay. They're going to have to do that, man. Now Esau, we're gonna completely get rid of Esau in after 1,000 years, pursuant to Obadiah the 1st chapter, okay, in the 18th verse. So that's what's awaiting these nations. In fact, I don't know if I read it, but I'll quickly read it in Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Okay, Yahushua is gonna have slaves too. This is Psalms chapter 2 verse 8. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel." So they're going to get it, man. Okay, we're going to keep them in line. We're going to bash them in the heads, okay, and get them to do what we need them to do, man. All right? And for all the pain and suffering that these different nations have caused, when you read Psalms 83, they gather together against us. But for all the pain and suffering they've caused, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay for that. All right? 1,000 years, man. And you know what? That's 1,000 slow years, okay? Because the Lord's speeding the time up right now. That's slow, punishing years, man. All right? Where we're going to be good. All right? So, look, man, they said $2 trillion. We don't need no, even if they was to pay the reparations, $2 trillion, that pales into comparison of the eternal weight of glory that awaits us, okay? And they're not even saying they're going to pay that. They're just saying that that's the damage that's been done, which is more than that. It's way more than that. Okay, we're the Israelites, man. You think if we truly had a platform without ceiling, we'd be excelling. Okay, with the prince of the power. So hey, man, just a quick lesson on this article, and Lord willing, it's been an edifying one. With that, I'm gonna say shalom to the Lord's elect.